What are some of the most toxic or potentially dangerous ideas, beliefs that have been perpetuated by Redditors? Think about the subjects that you have an immense amount of knowledge about. Maybe you've spent your whole life studying it. Now think about all the times you've seen a well-written comment on Reddit with thousands of upvotes that is completely and verifiably wrong. Now think about all the subjects you know nothing about, and all the times you've learned something from a well-written comment with thousands of upvotes. You'll read comments and think, wow, these people know so much about this topic, but then a topic will come up that you have expertise in, and you'll realize that people on this site just pull answers out of their ass with confidence. Also, after enough time here you'll start to realize the average demo is on the young side and has very little life experience. Keep that in mind when you scroll through the comments. Everyone is an armchair psychologist. You post about feeling sad sometimes and inevitably someone is like, that's because you have atypical depression and bipolar disorder or whatever. Reddit has a tendency to label people toxic and encourage relationship advice that isn't great. One example of this, a medical doctor posts a well-written comment about the dangers of overprescribing antibiotics. Top comment of the thread. Tons of awards. Later a second-year med student posts a similar comment. Still well written but maybe misses a few key points specifying how and why. Again, top comment of the thread. Gilded to the nines. Later a college freshman bio major writes a pretty bad summary of the situation, but it's part of the Reddit hive mind echo chamber, so anyone who bothers to correct him gets misinterpreted and downvoted. And so on until someone literally tells Emmy they read on Reddit that taking antibiotics is dangerous and will lead to a super disease that will wipe out humanity. Come on Reddit. That people who use Reddit are somehow superior or more in the know about things than people who don't. Worshipping celebrities. 10-year-olds don't need to receive death threats because he's never heard of a 55-year-old actor. Edit. I really didn't think I had to say this, but the kid didn't use Reddit. Redditors still banded together to harass and threaten him. He didn't violate the 13+ rule, not that that matters, because you shouldn't send death threats to 10-year-olds, 13-year-olds, or adults for that matter. Can't believe that needed to be said. The Boston Marathon bomber. Reddit started a whole shitstorm by identifying a missing person as one of the bombers. Sunil Tripathi. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Sunil_Tripathi was the innocent person that got mistaken for one of the bombers. There was a lot of fallout and users tracking down family members, friends and even high-profile news people sending out messages that it could be the bomber. https://www.bbc.co.uk/news/technology-222632020. The general belief that how an idea is presented is more important than what is being said. I can't count the number of times I've seen bullshit conjecture with clean grammar get upvoted past someone who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about from direct experience but can't spell for shite. Too many people unknowing assimilate into the hive mind. Like, if you start to agree with all the most upvoted posts every day, and get angry upset when someone makes a valid point against what is clearly right correct, to Reddit, it's time to back away slowly. RMI used to be a great place where you could get an honest opinion on whether or not an action you took makes you an asshole. Sometimes you still might get an honest comment or two, but the amount of times where I've seen it responses get removed or downvoted to oblivion, while others are screaming NTA, they shouldn't have been slightly mean to you if they didn't want to get murdered. Exaggeration, but I'm shocked half the time I look at the comments. Edit. Some hours after this comment this beauty got posted. https://www.reddit.com/r/UTM_for_telling_m_UTM_media_UTM_me/UTM_namakrawlsius_mf. Basically a bunch of kids telling an irresponsible homeless person who, probably, made a child with another adult that it's too bad, I'm not being a father. Overwhelming NTA. If your partner does anything at all that you dislike, you should dump them, take them to the police, avoid all other partners in the future, etc. etc. Particularly prevalent in relationships, relationship advice, and with asshole and even just Ask Reddit itself. It's rather appalling. And it seems to be pushed by people who have no idea what being in a relationship is actually like. It's not fucking easy basically. You want to love something and be in a completely committed relationship? Prepare to fight for it, because it is not easy. Witch hunts and doxing are okay if the average Reddit user doesn't like the target. Fetishization of mental illness. So many posts that reach the front page talking about depression, anxiety and even suicide. Look, I get it's tough, I've been there myself, but it seems like people on this site are more content to stew in their own misery and blame society for not taking their problems seriously, rather than getting serious help or doing something about it. I mean, how in the hell are other people supposed to take your issue seriously when even you won't? Stereotyping, in general, seems rampant. Many comments and posts seem to believe that individuals are incapable of independent thought and just reflect the race, religion, gender, ethnicity, group, nationality, political party, subreddit culture they belong to. People are varied even within ideologies. Argue points and issues, not identities. Glorification of selfishness. I get the impression a ton of people on this site have difficulty asserting themselves, or recognizing or setting their own boundaries, because Reddit is full of advice geared toward people with these problems. What these posters seem to forget is that not everyone is codependent with self-esteem through the floor. And yet anytime anyone wants to get out of something that someone else wants them to do, Reddit leaps to no as a complete sentence. Put yourself first. Don't jade in real life though. Maintaining healthy relationships requires sometimes doing things you aren't thrilled about for others' sake. Some people here don't think cats can have salami. Hating an entire nation, or assuming that all its citizens are equally as bad just because a certain individual, or a specific group of people in power who belongs to that nation are jerks. To an extent, Reddit plays a role in the growing anti-intellectualism. There seems to be a large assumption that this is a website of experts and lengthy replies must be credible. I saw a fellow Redditor describe it perfectly. You finally realize how little most Redditors know when they start talking about a topic you happen to be well researched in. I see this in two places primarily, topics about public education, I am a middle school teacher, and topics such as anti-vaccine. I understand Reddit hates anti-vax for good reason, but it is also stuck in the old anti-vaxxers are just stupid stereotype. Instead of educating and helping the problem, they just poke fun. This unfortunately drives more anxious parents toward anti-vax communities. A little empathy, understanding, and education would do more to combat ideologies such as anti-vaccines than anything Reddit actually does. That everything works like a dichotomy, the amount of needless contempt that arises just because of an incessant need to turn issues into right versus left or the likes is stupid. I see people back up harmful beliefs just because it's what the majority of their opposition opposes. I'm not saying that I'm above any form of tribalism or that certain issues aren't more attributed to one side than the other, but people just need to stop prioritizing political identity over the argument at hand. Threatening to kill a little kid because she plays Fortnite. We did it, Reddit. Love yourself before you love someone else. While the intention is good, some people take that a little bit too far. Having a disability is something to accept. This should however not mean that necessary or cool surgeries should not be done. Glorifying physical violence assault because someone said something disrespectful or mean to someone else. Edit. Never been given an award before. Thank you to the kind person who saw it fit to do so. Reddit is very much guilty until proven innocent. They will jump straight down the throat of any alleged criminal with zero facts, zero context, and demand they be sentences to years behind bars, or worse. Hell, they don't even care if it's the right guy, just that somebody be punished. Remember when Reddit found the Boston bomber and the guy ended up killing himself? https://www.businessInsider.com/brown-student-falsely-accused-of-bombing-dead-2013-4. I've been downvoted to hell for the simple comment along the lines of, maybe we should wait for all the evidence to come out. We don't know the whole story. Reddit is absolutely bloodthirsty. Equating introversion with being socially awkward, having social anxiety, or just being downright antisocial. Many Redditors brand themselves as introverts and then use it as an excuse to feel superior over others while refusing to work on their own shitty social skills. Usually the biggest giveaway is that they introduce themselves as an introvert, and want you to be very clear about that fact. And X200B. Also. And X200B. What is it with so many guys on Reddit who are borderline incels? There is a lot of overlap with them and the above group. The reason girls find you creepy is not because you are broke, short or not good looking. It's because you're a creep.